do I use the skills and experience on my resume and translate that into cannabis?
What I would say is first, we need to figure out your transferable skills. Transferable skills are something that take you a long way, regardless of what field you came from. It's a skill that you can use in just about any job. So for example, management skills, time management, computer software, troubleshooting, um, problem solving, data collection, all those different things, that's transferable skills. And whether you did in medicine, education, cannabis, it's all going to be the same. So you kind of want to figure out your general transferable skills. So in like this case, with you being an IT manager, data collection is going to be huge for you. Also with you being in management, meeting deadlines and allocating resources is going to be something huge. Providing constructive feedback, that's something that you need to have. You're also going to want to point out any public speaking or written communication skills, dealing with obstacles and crises, event planning, project management, all those different things are transferable skills. So you want to make sure you're pointing that out when you're moving along. Another huge thing about getting your skills on from your current resume onto a cannabis resume is figuring out where you want to go in cannabis. And I know that's a huge question for people. They're like, well, I know I want to be in cannabis, but I don't know what I want to do. So that's where it's going to require you to do a little bit of research on your own, because if you don't know where you're going to go, I can't tell you what transferable skills will really help you. So if you're going from, being in IT and you say you want to go to cultivation, now I have something to work with. I can kind of leverage out some of those transferable skills.
Okay, so let's use an example of what we can do on our resumes to turn them into something that looks more appealing for an employer in cannabis. So I'm going to apologize in advance to everyone here. I know it's a lot of text. Amber, I'm sorry. It's an old resume and I'm not very good at this, which is of course why we have it
here. My wonderful, wonderful eyes.
So if you guys have been following our resume tips campaign leading up to this Q&A, you'll know that first off, this is not a good format for a resume, way too much text. But with that being said, Amber, let's go ahead and dig in. My past work experience is largely in operations management and investor relations. What kind of jobs would I be looking for? How do I pull from my resume to find those jobs?
So with you being in operations, you have already a pretty solid foundation, because that's a really big part of cannabis right now. A lot of operations management. So you can either go into more of the grow centers where you can do their operations and things like that. You can be a part of their technical team. So these are more ancillary positions, right? We're going to look at more ancillary things. We're not actually touching flower in your type of case. So what we're going to look at for you is we're going to look at these hard skills versus your soft skills to pull out your transferable skills. So just on a fluke, let's say you're applying to one of these labs, right? And you say, okay, well, I want to be there. I don't know, let's go with, you want to work in like their manufacturing area, their production area, right? So we could pull from your resume and we could say, okay, you did operations management. So I could pull right now and say, let's go ahead and talk about that, operational processes and organizational goals. So that's going to be a huge transferable skill, right? That's something that you can do in any job. Understanding task management, delegation. Delegation is a huge key word if you want to do anything in management, just so everyone knows. Because they want to know that you can point other people in the right direction, but they also want to know that you aren't going to put too much on yourself, because they need you to keep going. They need longevity, so they don't want you to burn out. So you being able to delegate is important. But back to the matter at hand. So if we're pulling out things out of your resume, we're going to pull out that operational processes. We're going to say you have that knowledge. We're also going to pull out your task management, delegation, project development for that. We can go to your next position, and I would pull out the fact that you are good with event coordination. And you can work with sponsors, so you can do fundraising, which is another
I
huge thing.
can.
All right. And then you have some experience with Salesforce. That's good. That's a software. So that's something that we really want to highlight. If we go down to the next one, we're going to want to pull out more of that. Let's see.
So sorry.
And this one, I would really want to focus. So the asset management, I would want to pull out more of that fund marketing documentation. Documentation in cannabis is top tier. That's like the highest thing you can have. Being able to critique it with it having so many laws attached to it, any type of documentation, any type of collection of data, that's going to be huge for you. So just looking at those top 3 positions, we already have so many transferable skills we could pull out right there.